All right, so if you're back with me now, you should have completed this, and so I am going to go over it with you right now. So you should be following, you should have used this to come up with your answers. So I'm going to go through the easiest ones first, is what we always do on campus. So we're going to take a look at this line right here that has P, QRS, and T waves on it. So that is our ECG. So N goes in that spot right there. Then if we look at the next one, we have O, and we said before that that was the first heart sound. So that's going to be O right there. And then P is our second heart sound. Okay, hopefully you have the right answers. All right, so now let's just keep on going down through, again, some of the easier ones. So let's look at this green line, and we talked about is letter I. That is the pressure in the aorta. So we're going to put I right there. And then G is this one, blue one right here. That is the pressure in the ventricle. So we're going to put G right there. And then K down here is the purple line, and that's going to be atrial pressure. All right, now the ventricular volume lines, we're just going to keep going down these and be filling them in as we can figure them out. So M is our ventricular volume. So we're going to put that. All right, let's go ahead and go down to 11 to when the AV valve closes. So the AV valve close, we said, was what produced the first heart sound. So I know that the AV valve is going to close here at J. And I'm just checking my key over here and making sure that, yes, I am not leading you astray. So we're going to close the AV valve right here. Now, that means this area, so the gold area, is when the heart is in completely closed chambers. So if we look at over here, when the AV valves and semilunar valves are both closed, there's going to be 2 times where that happens. Well, we know that one of those times is going to be B right there. Okay, now let's go to when the aortic semilunar valve opens. So that is when the blood that's been in the ventricle is going to leave, and it's going to go into the aorta and create this green aortic pressure rise. And so right here is letter F. And what did we say that was? The aortic semilunar valve opens. Yes, right there at letter F. All right, then we're going to come down here to when the aortic semilunar valve closes. So we're going to close it right here at H. And then we're going to have D, that isovolumetric relaxation period, when the AV and semilunar valves are closed. So that's going to be D right there. And then we want to open the AV valve so that the blood can return back into the heart or into the ventricles. And so that's going to be letter L, where the AV valve opens again. So now we're going to finish off by looking at what are these 3 right here. So I have A, C, and E. So the A are these blue areas when we know that the ventricles were not contracted. And if they're not contracted, then they're relaxed, and that is diastole. So we're going to put A and, oops, see, I just messed up. A and E as ventricular diastole, and then letter C is ventricular systole. So hopefully this helped you work your way through the events of the cardiac cycle and what is happening in each part of that, and that it is not confusing and overwhelming to you. Bye.